Hey guys, my name is Iasmina and welcome back to my channel. I make weekly videos all about books, book recommendations, writing and the publishing world, so if that sounds like something interesting to you, please click that subscribe button. In today's video I'm going to show you 10 more awesome writing tools. Now, about a year ago I made a video about best writing tools, which I will link up here and down in the description. Of course, if you haven't checked that out, please check that out because I won't repeat the tools that I mentioned in that video. That video has also been getting constant views ever since it was first uploaded, so I guess you guys really like me talking about writing tools, so here are 10 more awesome tools that I've found since making that video. The first awesome tool that I want to talk about today is actually sponsoring today's video, which is very exciting. I was planning on talking about this app anyway, and when they reached out to ask if I want to collaborate, that was perfect timing. So the first tool that I'm going to talk about is Campfire. So what is Campfire? Campfire is a writing tool meant for organizing your story, and it is especially useful if you're writing something like fantasy or science fiction, where you have a lot of world building and a lot of moving elements, and it's sometimes, I know, pretty difficult to keep track of everything, and Campfire is perfect for that. The awesome thing about it is that it has all of these tools that help you organize your story. So character sheets, character arcs, and timelines are one of the most useful things in my opinion. So you can create timelines for each of your character and each of your plots for each of your character, and then move them around and make sure everything works as expected. The magic system creator inside the world building pack is fantastic. It really helps you think about your magic system and create really cool magic systems, and as well for languages, it helps you create languages, it helps you create sort of magical items, characters, creatures, anything you can imagine, this tool has it. Now the UI is very clean and simple, but it does take a little bit of getting used to, in my opinion, to figure out where things are. But if you use it for a while, then I think it makes perfect sense and you can find the things that you need straight away. So Campfire is a one-time purchase of $49.99 usually, and the world building pack is an extra add-on, but I highly recommend it again, and I have a discount code for you guys, of course, down in the description, so make sure you check that out if you're interested in the software. And yeah, honestly guys, I really like Campfire. I've used it before they contacted me to sponsor my video, and I would highly recommend it, especially if you're writing fantasy and science fiction. Alright, let's move on to my second recommendation for writing tool, and that is ProWritingAid, the best editing tool I've come across. I've used Grammarly, I've used Hemingway Editor, both of which I mentioned in the last video that I did, but since then I've used ProWritingAid and honestly, nothing compares. ProWritingAid is just amazing at editing. It catches so many things and it has so many settings. ProWritingAid and editing tools in general are not a substitute for professional edit, not close, but in the beginning stages of editing, and just so you can get better at your own writing before professional editing, it is fantastic. Oh my gosh, it catches everything. There is a plugin for Word and for Scrivener, I'm pretty sure, and for many other sort of popular word processors. There's also a browser version of it, so yeah, it's just, if you're looking for a good editing tool and you've used Grammarly and Hemingway Editor and things like that, and you haven't tried out ProWritingAid, it will change your writing life. I'll just say it that way. The next writing tool I want to mention is reedsy, and now reedsy is not just a writing tool, it's just like an empire. It's a fantastic resource for so many different things. If you want help with your stories, if you want help with formatting, if you want help finding editors, cover designers, proofreaders, anything like that. There's so many things you can do on reedsy that I don't have time to cover in this video, so obviously I'm just going to leave a link in the description so you can browse to your heart's desire, because honestly it's super helpful. It just generally has useful writing information if you just want to find out about a specific thing like copywriting your book, or editing, formatting your book for a specific self-publishing platform. Reedsy has everything you can imagine all in one platform. So totally recommend checking that out. Next up is a more specific writing tool, and it's a writing tool for formatting your books, and that is Vellum. Now, I fell in love with Vellum. Vellum has a free version that you can use indefinitely. However, you cannot compile the final files to then use, if you're gonna self-publish, or even, just if you want proofs of your work. So you can do ebook formatting for all types of ebook formats, and also paperback and hardback, so print formatting, and it's so clean and easy and beautiful to use. It does have some limitations because, it only has a certain amount of fonts, for example. It only has a certain amount of things, but it is still highly, highly customizable, and I was using the software for such a long time, and I told myself, oh, it's a bit expensive, so I told myself, oh, I really, it's too expensive, I'm gonna try some free tools. I'm gonna talk about some next, but I was trying to format in Word and Scrivener because these programs already have built-in sort of formatting capabilities, but they're really, really a pain to use, and Vellum was just so beautiful, and so one day I bit the bullet and I bought it, and honestly, no regrets. It's just fantastic. So if you're looking for formatting your books, seriously, check out Vellum. It's a one-time purchase, so you can pay professional formatters to format your book, but they're usually pretty expensive anyway, and if you're gonna write and publish multiple books, then investing in something like Vellum is a one-time thing, and then you can create as many books as you want, so you're kind of saving money in the long term in that sense. But since we're on the topic of formatting your books, and one free resource I want to talk about in this subject is Draft Digital. Now, again, like reedsy, Draft Digital is many things in one. So Draft Digital is more like a self-publishing platform, but it has a ton of tools that you can use for free, like formatting your ebooks and print books. So if you're looking for a free alternative to formatting your books and you don't want to spend time trying to figure it out in Word and Scrivener and things like that, then check out Draft Digital. The next tool is useful for editing purposes, and it's called NaturalReaders.com, and it's basically a text-to-speech program. Now, you can find these if you have Scrivener. Scrivener actually has a built-in text-to-speech, but if you don't have Scrivener and you're looking for something like that, then check out NaturalReaders.com. You can copy chapters of your book in, and then it will read it out to you in a natural voice, they say. But basically, hearing your text read aloud is super, super useful for editing purposes, so I highly recommend doing that when you're self-editing at some point in the self-editing process. And obviously sometimes it's hard to read it yourself, or it takes a lot of effort, I know. So use something like this, and it's actually pretty useful, and it's, like they say, sounds pretty natural in my opinion. And the last three tools I want to talk about are all about actual writing apps and productivity apps. The first one is called Squibler, or Dangerous Writing App. So I think you've heard maybe of Write or Die. It's kind of the same thing, but Write or Die's UI is atrocious. I'm sorry, it is. Squibler is the clean, nice alternative of that. So it's an online app where it's free. You go and you start typing, and then you can set a limit on how much you want to type. So say 15 minutes. And if you don't finish in 15 minutes, if you don't type in 15 minutes, then all your work just disappears. It's quite stressful, but if you're struggling with procrastination of your writing, then try something like this. Just try it once and see if it at all works for you. Of course, you don't have to use it. It's just something that might be helpful to some writers that are struggling with procrastinating on their writing. I've been there. I know. The next one is called StayFocused. This is, again, it's a Chrome extension, and it might be for other browsers, I'm not sure. I use Chrome. It's a Chrome extension, and it basically, you can select sort of sites to block while you're focused on your task. So say, okay, I want to write for the next 30 minutes and I don't want to be distracted, because again, I know it's so easy to be distracted in today's age by YouTube, Facebook, Reddit, Twitter, on and on and on. So you can block these sites for a limited amount of time while you're focused on your tasks, so you cannot access them. And the final tool I want to talk about is called Calmly Writer and is an online word processor. It is so clean and so smooth, and so when you first open it, it's like you're kind of expecting something to pop up or something to happen, because it's just like, it's almost a blank screen, and that's it. And that's all you need to really start writing. And so you can write in it. It has cloud saving, so it saves your work, unlike the squibler that deletes your work if you're not fast enough. But it's just an online word processor that is super, super clean, and again, sort of has this idea of no distractions, just write. I lied, that wasn't the last one. I cannot count apparently. The last one is called wordcounters.com, and this is a useful site I found when I was searching up sort of different word counts for different genres of books. So I made a video about how long your novel should be, which I will link up here, where I showed this tool. So basically, if you go on it, you can see sort of word counts of very famous books. You can search up specific books to see their word counts, just so you can get an idea what the standard in a specific genre is, the standard in the genre that you're writing is. You know, if you're just curious what a book that you've read, how long it actually is in word count, because as writers we know that we measure things in word counts and not in page length, because that can be easily manipulated. And so this is just a super useful resource I've found randomly one day when I was searching up things about word counts in famous books, and I thought I should share because I think it's great. But there you have it. Those were the 10 awesome writing tools that I've found since I made my last video, and I wanted to share with you guys today. So I really hope you guys found this video helpful. Again, of course, I'll leave links to everything I mentioned in today's video down in the description. And do let me know what other tools you guys have used that I haven't mentioned in today's video and the other video that you think are interesting and useful and that I might check out for myself. And then maybe in the future I'll make another video with even more awesome tools if I find any more. But that was it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I will leave links to other similar videos at the end of this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I hope you have a great day, and have a great writing day, and just write those words, okay? Write all of the words. All right, see you guys next week in a new video. Bye.